Okay, folks, welcome to what I'm calling, because I don't have a better title, The Close. It's really dramatic, right? The Close. Swing trade technical analysis. Those are SEO keywords that I'm trying to get the video pumped up on. I hope the YouTube algorithm is out there noticing that I'm trying my darndest to appease the algorithm. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, but I'll say it anyway. If you click that like button, it really helped me out, please, with the YouTube algos. And thanks for joining in. This is really just an impromptu video. I just wanted to go over one of the charts that I'm looking at. We are currently short of the Russell 2000 using the TZA. And I wanted to point out price action today on the IWM, which is the ETF of the Russell 2000. And then I wanted to segue into the stocks I mentioned yesterday on Sunday Night Futures Live, where we discussed DAVA, GUSH, GUSH, BRZU, UGAZ, and EWW. How did they do? We'll talk about those. And then immediately following this commentary, I'm going to segue into our market wrap with members, and that's where we conduct our strategy session for how we plan on trading the remainder of the week. Now, we did execute one trade today, and that was a covered call position on our NUGT trade. Why did we do that? It wasn't my intent, honestly, going into the week to sell covered calls like we have been doing, but I saw the bond market was weak today. Yields were rallying. I mentioned this last night. It's not good for gold and silver to have yields rallying. The dollar showed signs of strength, which made sense because of the vote out of the UK to have the Conservative Party in there, and that in all probability will increase the likelihood of Brexit. I think that gold and the dollar can rally in tandem, but the bond market, we need to see yields pull back and bonds rally. So I said, you know what? It's early on in the week. Let's sell some covered calls because of the reasons I just explained. And also, I am concerned about a Santa Claus rally. So it's going to be a risk-on environment. Now, there is cause for that conclusion to come under a bit of skepticism. What might that skepticism be? I mentioned earlier we're going to talk about the IWM, and there's a specific reason. And that reason is the price action today was simply horrible. Horrible on the Russell 2000. You may be saying, what are you talking about? Didn't you see the closing price? It was up on the day. Yeah, I did. Let's take a look. The Russell 2000, while up on the day, had another day of topping tails, meaning we're rallying up and into resistance levels and we're flashing topping action. And this is why I've been reluctant to go closing out. I have a small short position, not a big one, a small short position on the TZA. That's a leveraged ETF putting you short of the Russell. We'll bring that up right now. And you can see that today it flashed a bullish key reversal bar closing off the lows of the day. So the price action, while still up, and I'm not ready to go adding more to a short position that's not working for me yet, but the markets are indicating here that we have a lot of selling pressure above here on the Russell small caps. Now, heading over to stocks that we were talking about over the weekend is watch stocks. Let's bring up DAVA. You can see that we set up a weekly alert that did not trigger yet. We're looking for a breakout at current. We're holding the rising lower band of support. Still interesting, but I'm not ready to go buying here. I'd rather buy on strength. So DAVA, no alert fired off yet on that trade. Let's bring up GUSH. Energy had a pretty good day today. But again, another sector where we closed off the highs of the day and we hit resistance. So I'm not ready to go buying an ETF or a stock that's rallying up and into resistance level while I'm still bullish, I need to see a pullback and a retest of one or two of these support levels. You can see in purple, I have my alerts set there. They haven't fired off yet, so no reason to go getting long of GUS just yet. I'll revisit it when our alerts are triggered. BRZU is another one we spoke about over the weekend. It spiked up higher, but again, another ETF or ETN that rallied and closed off the highs of the day. This is not wonderful price action. This is selling into strength, and we know, because we looked last night, that we have a lot of overhead supply above. All right, so these buyers back here who've been sitting through this consolidation and now are just seeing this red entry on their trading platform turn green, they just want their money back. They're not looking to make a profit. So while longer term, we're bullish on Brazil, I think we're going to get a pullback here and a retest of this breakout point, which is why I have it highlighted, and we'll revisit it once it comes to us. We're not going to chase these ETFs, especially leveraged ETFs. Very, very volatile. You need to watch your downside risk. Hey, Sam. Let's take a look at UGAZ. Now, UGAZ, I had some concern about last night. It was moving up higher. We managed to close above resistance, which is good stuff here. Let's go to the daily chart. We closed above resistance today on a daily basis. Now let's see whether or not it can hold it. So nat gas looking interesting. We closed off the highs of the day, but we closed off the lows of the day as well. RSI, higher lows. Stokes, higher lows. Looking interesting, but I'm not ready yet. I want to see a couple of days of trading back above the support level before we go dipping our toe into the UGAZ. Last symbol, and then we're going to segue over into market wrap with members, and we'll discuss our strategy moving forward for the remainder of the week. EWW, which is the Mexican iShares. We spoke about it last night. We did put in a new weekly high. This is very similar to the BRZU. I'm not going to chase it here. I want to see it pull back, and it'll pull back. Remember, last week it broke out. It rallied up and into a resistance level right here, right? We haven't cleared that resistance level. So I'd rather wait for either A, here, let's go to the daily chart. We'll overlay weekly resistance here in dashed line. And you can see we were stopped dead there today. And I said this last night. We can move higher here, but be careful. You have weekly resistance above, and you need to respect it because we could see some selling into that resistance level. And sure enough, that's exactly what we got. So show patience here. It'll come to us. Allow for a pullback. It's a pause that refreshes, and we'll look to re-enter, especially if, not re-enter, I've never owned it. We'll look to enter. We'll open up a new position on a pullback and a retest of the support level. Members, let's segue over into market wrap, and we'll discuss strategy for the remainder of the week. We'll talk positions, and we'll talk the overall markets. I have some concerns, especially with the Dow transports. Everybody, if you could please click that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Sam, I will probably speak with you tomorrow morning, hopefully. And everybody have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Be well.